We back, them brothers from Inglewood podcast with Charley, Mack, and Hoopie. We want to present another interesting segment of the topic that we discussed on hidden agendas. And we got a little twist to this one because there's some aspects of agendas that we don't always, talk about. They're kind of unseen until they begin to manifest. And so before we get into it, I'm going to throw it to Charley Mack.
Hey, how you guys doing out there? Thanks for tuning in. This is a pretty interesting topic we're going to talk about. It's happened to me on several occasions. I'm sure it's probably happened to some of the men out there as well. So we're going to dive right into it. Strap them seatbelts on, guys. We're going to go a little fast. We're going to do some speeding on this one. So make sure your seatbelts is on. We don't want nobody to get hurt.
Well said. We're just going to jump right into it. We experienced this over the years.
Right.
May not have been as of recent, being that we're in different situations. However, this one thing that I think we need to talk about and speak to is when couples meet or get together and in that day, I'll just say with the meeting process,
right,
not even the dating process. Usually this topic comes up right away. And we can delve into it a little further. Why is it that women find a way to initiate that there's not going to be any sex going on in this process? They don't always hit you when you first meet them, but it's like that first real conversation. Some of them will just come out and tell you, listen, I'm not looking for sex. I don't have casual sex.
Oh, wow.
So on and so on. What is that thing that you run into when it comes to these so-called Christian women that speak to, no premarital sex?
Man, it's funny that you bring that up because I thought maybe I was the only guy who was experiencing that. But, it's a trip, man, because when I moved back to L.A. back in, a long time ago, when I got back here, man, I probably had to date 100 women, man, just to probably date one. That was, that was cool.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I ran into so many women who, they were smart women, obviously attractive or whatever, and you start talking to them, and then, like you said, they always bring up this whole with the sex talk.
Yeah.
And I've ran into these women who they'll tell you straight out, like, oh no, I'm not having sex before marriage, and Bible, which is. And you know what I've done? I've always respect that and said, oh, okay, that's cool. I'm probably not going to be the guy for you, but that's good. That's good for you. No, really, because you have a lot of men. I'm going to tell you something, Cam. You got a lot of men that'll play that game, and they'll say, oh, yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it. They don't understand that, to me personally, it's a game.
Yeah.
And it may not be a literal game, but it's a game, because this woman is telling me, okay, I'm not going to have sex before marriage. You're already done had sex 100 times because you got 2 kids. Now all of a sudden, you got religious. And you say, okay, I want to walk with God, which is good.
Yeah.
I want to walk this straight path, and I have to follow what the Bible says as best as I can.
Yeah.
Premarital sex, fornicating, and all. I get it. But realistically, how are you going to meet a man, be attracted to the man, have him want to marry you, and wait for sex? How is that even going to work? I mean, he may be horrible in the sack, and you may be horrible in the sack. It may be a lot of elements about that whole intimacy thing that you may be like, yuck, and he may be like, yuck. But now you guys have waited a year or two, whatever, and now you want to go there after on your wedding night, and then it's all bad. Because I hate to say it, that intimacy thing and that whole physical thing between that man and that woman, if you guys don't have the chemistry, 9 times out of 10 that relationship is not gonna last. Yeah. He gonna end up cheating. She gonna end up cheating. She gonna end up being unhappy. He gonna end up being unhappy. It's gonna be some problems.
Okay.
So
you think in the experiences that you've had over the years that to have this conversation and having the woman deem it to be so that she's not going there. I'm not going to have premarital sex.
I get it.
And your position is your position, which is cool. We all have choices, right? I think also when a woman presents that, because women, and they tell me over the years, I've talked to enough women over the years to hear them say, wow, men always mentioning sex. You know, sex always comes up. And I'm like, okay, does that bother you? Because what is wrong with the conversation?
Right.
Because he may be telling you that he cool on sex.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's not going to go there with you. And he's celibate.
Right.
Because that's a deal breaker for some people too.
Yeah.
I've been in that position.
Oh, yeah.
I've been in that position. I said, listen, I'm celibate.
Right.
I'm not,
I'm not
sleeping
practicing.
around.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping around. So some women is like, huh?
Yeah.
Whereas, but when the woman goes there, we got to understand fully.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah. So I think that's a hidden agenda in this sense. You're trying to manipulate a man. You're trying to manipulate him to get on your terms so that you can execute your program.
Right.
Whereas if that's a deal breaker, you shouldn't even be talking to men anyway. You should just,
exactly.
because men are physical.
Exactly.
They're visual, I should say. They're visual. So these are normal conversations that
a man's gonna have.
That some men, even if they don't use the 4-letter profanity words or whatever, at some point these men are going to mention what is your view on this. Or some men, they're just gonna try for it, honey.
I don't play games.
You get in a certain situation, they're gonna go for it.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have to tell them, well, no, I'm not going there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because I don't think women really understand that until a man goes there with the woman, he's not really serious anyway in terms of what he wants this relationship to become. Yeah. Does he want to have a great rapport with this woman? Does he want to just sleep with her? Does he want to marry her? Yeah. Does he want to make her his girlfriend? All these things women don't understand. We think about these things, but it's a caveat. We're not going to really start focusing on those things that we may be thinking about until the intimacy. Because men are like this. If you can't satisfy me in that regards, then I'm not going to be with you anyway.
That's a deal breaker.
I mean, I'm not, and you got some women out there that's the same way. Women can say whatever they want to say.
Yeah.
If this man don't satisfy this woman, she's out of there. I know a woman told me she was getting ready to marry this man. He was down on his knees and he proposed to her. This man was a successful man. I think he was either he was a chef or either he was a pastor. But he was something in great regards. He was doing well for himself.
Well.
She had already gone there with him. But she told me straight out, he was a little short in that category. He was, what I'm talking about?
She just felt like, he wasn't satisfying.
She's told me that, look, if I marry this man, I'm going to cheat on him. Because he didn't satisfy her. Wow. He was very small when it comes down to that. And she was like, he can't, I can't even, he can't please me.
I got you.
So that's what I'm trying to tell women. Like, men, we're not going there with you in terms of like relationships or whatever until we go there.
So you feel like most men, I need to test the waters.
All men. If they say they not, they lying. They know no more. Man,
not all men.
90%. I don't want to hear that nonsense. I mean, they not, listen, you jump in, and like I said, this goes for men and women. You jump in bed with this man or this woman where you be like, oh man, this dude is horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, women.
It could be.
Women
No,
be like, "Oh man."
I've counseled couples.
I'm telling you, men be like, these women be like, "This dude is horrible."
I've counseled couples,
Horrible.
and that's a factor.
I know it's a factor.
A lot of times, it's either he wants to be too active. I don't want to be that active, or it. Sometimes a woman will say, "Well, it's not pleasurable."
Right.
Like it's painful.
Right.
It's like
it's not comfortable.
He's aggressive.
Yeah. He might be quick off the draw.
I'm
out of there. Come on, dude. No, woman ain't going for that. She's like, really, dude?
Right.
No, serious. She's like, serious, dude. He be like, oh no, baby. No. That was a mistake. Serious, dude.
Yeah.
Every time it's a mistake. Come on, man. I mean,
out of there.
Yeah, he's out of there. She's like, really? Serious, dude?
Like young Roger.
And he, really, dude?
No,
so, people can stay with it. I know women and men that's together only because the intimacy is great.
It's good, yeah.
And they may be fighting like Ike and Tina Turner, killing each other.
But they get along in
that category.
I got you.
And that's why people can say what they want to say, and they can turn the other cheek. It's important to have that structure and in a relationship, and that you gotta have that chemistry, because a lot of times that chemistry, it might end up saving your relationship or even marriage. Yeah. The other stuff you may be like, well, let's counsel this other stuff, but we're great in this department. But let's get counseling on this other stuff, and it may save the marriage, man.
That's true. So, do you think that both men and women suppress vital information in that area of intimacy because they're afraid that it will be a deal breaker?
Yeah.
So do you think that some women hold out long enough to get their commitment because they may be insecure about their ability in the bed?
No.
So you don't think that that's
no? I think women hold out and they don't go there because they don't want the men to think of them as a certain way. They don't want them
respect.
They don't want them. They don't want to appear that they're too easy. They don't want to appear. It's important for these women to have this man hold them in high regards.
Okay.
But they don't understand that we don't care in terms of whether we sleep with you on the first night, the second night, the month before. We don't care, because if we like you, we like you, and if we don't, we don't. As you become adults, we don't judge. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you in high school, youngsters in college, you're gonna have those preconceived notions and ideas, and you're gonna judge. Oh man, she must be easy. She slept with me. But when you get older, you start to realize, like, I'm much mature than that. That has nothing. Just because she slept with me,
I understand that,
doesn't mean she does this all the time.
Yeah.
Women are built differently. There's a woman. Listen, man, I was dating this woman, and she was like, no, you ain't getting nothing. And I'm thinking, like, what's wrong with her?
Right.
But that was her own thing.
Yeah.
In her mind, she was probably thinking all he wants is to sleep with me.
Right.
And she was soonly surprised that wasn't all I wanted. And she was like, oh, I'm thinking this guy's one way, but he's really not. See, all these women are thinking like, oh, all he wants to do is sleep with me. That's not true.
So is that an agenda? Or do you think that that's just how most women get down?
No.
That's is that a defensive mechanism, or is that like a manipulation?
No, everybody's different. Every woman is different. Every man is different. Like I've dated women, and it's been right away, and we've had years of relationship.
Oh, okay.
And I've also been women who's like nah, and it's been but 9 times out of 10, men are like this. Oh, you playing games? Oh, really? Yeah. I'm out of here. I'm going to the mountains.
So that's a deal breaker.
A lot of cases it is.
A lot of cases.
Yeah.
So men are, yeah. I mean, I think too, like you said, we're adults. It's a different day from high school, college, and maybe your early dating years.
Right.
Now you're in the real world. You know what I mean? And at some point, if a man is spending time with you, he's spending money on you, and I'm not making it out of a money thing.
Right.
But if a man is showing interest,
Showing it, use that word.
and he's spending time, quality time with you,
right,
and it's genuine.
Yeah.
And he's already physically attracted to you.
Yeah.
Well, you know intimacy is gonna come up, and he
Definitely.
may even, if he doesn't try for it, he's gonna ask for
Yeah.
it. And then you're like, oh no, not until I get married. Well, first of all, he knows enough that I don't even know you that well. I may not even be the husband that you're looking for,
or I may not even want to get married.
Exactly. So now I gotta just exit this part of the relationship because
I'm out.
it ain't gonna happen.
I'm out.
So most men is like, I'm to the mountains.
I'm out. I'm not gonna play this game with you. I'm out of here. I mean, look, when I met those type of women, I tell them, I say that's fantastic for you.
That don't work for me.
But I'm not that guy. So maybe you need to go get, find you a church guy or whatever. But
right.
I'm not gonna play that game with you.
Right.
Some men will do it. They'll, oh yeah, man, she's just saying that. Come on, dude, grow up.
Yeah.
If this woman's just saying this is what she's not gonna do, respect it and move on.
Right.
Like, my thing is, I'm not saying that this is wrong for this woman to feel this way in terms of, okay, I'm not gonna have premarital sex. I get that.
Yeah.
I'm just not the guy for you.
I got you.
I get it.
I got you.
That's all. I mean, I respect it.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
But I'm not the guy. No, really, good luck. I mean, because I know a woman who just met a guy, think they've been knowing each other for 5-6 months. She caught him on the hook. She got one. He's sleeping down in the basement, and she's up top, and they gonna get married in another couple, 2-3 weeks, and she got one. Yeah. And guess how old she is? 70.
No.
70.
No.
70. She got one. Some women in the work.
Just met him. You
She
said
just
5
met
months,
him.
5 months.
She just met him. Got him on the hook.
And now they're getting ready to get married.
What? But you have to understand something, Cameron. They're 70 years old. 70.
Yeah.
What are they waiting on?
Right.
So I get that part. You 70 years old, you met him, you like him, whatever, hey, we going down the aisle.
Yeah.
They not 50. They're not 40.
Yeah.
So they got choices when they're 30, 40, 50, whatever. But she feels like, hey, I'm 70 years old. I don't know if they met on a dating site or what. I don't know, but
It's on.
It's complete. They already did the wedding stuff. I mean, it's
He in the basement.
He in the basement. He already moved in.
In the basement.
In the basement, homie.
Whoa.
And they get married in a couple, 2-3 weeks.
So I guess that, that chemistry was there, obviously.
But like I said,
that worked for him.
It worked for them.
Yeah, it worked for you.
But
yeah.
what I'm saying is, it's a crapshoot. It ain't gonna work for everybody. Especially, okay, like I said, they're 70s.
Yeah.
Some 40-year-old dude or some 45, 50-year-old dude, he ain't going. He like, really? I got other choices. At 70, you're a little limited in terms of the choices. I mean, because usually a 70-year-old woman, and women are a little different than men. They don't want no 40-year-old dude or 50-year-old dude. They kind of want a man either a little older than them or their age.
Exactly.
Men are a little different. A man that's 70, he want a 30-year-old.
You want to go younger. Yeah.
Right. So it's
That's
a little
true.
different.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a little different. But
That's true. Because I think most women are looking more so as to, I got to be with this guy. I got to have some other things in common because, I don't think we're going to be having too much more sex at 90 and 80,
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's less pressure too as it relates to dudes, other chicks being after the guy, you know what I'm saying? Dude wanting to play around, think he.
You know what? That's so funny you just mentioned that because I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, they don't,
No. What you said about 30 seconds ago, I just thought about that. Now, they haven't had sex, the 70-year-old and the dude in the basement.
Right.
So now, what about when they hop on that wedding night? What's going to happen? Is he going to be a slouch? Is she going to be a slouch? How is that going to play? And I'm going to tell you something. Just because you 70 or 75 or 80, you can still got some women and men out there with pretty high sex drives.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's going to work. I guess I have to get the details from the niece.
So you have to understand this too, though. At that age, it's more about companionship, bro.
No, I'm going to tell you something.
Company.
Serious.
I don't know.
You got some 75-year-olds that's on fire.
See,
You a little naive.
I just haven't come across
Homie.
any.
You got some hot potatoes out there. But you're right. No, what you're saying, realistically, you're right. It's about that companionship.
And maybe that's the way I'm thinking.
No, because
I can't say I'm right.
No, in a lot of cases that is true. But like I said, man, you got some women out there that still want that.
Yeah.
They're still feeling that emotion and but for the most part, you're right. It's about the companionship.
Yeah. Having a friend. Having
but
someone
dude,
to talk
but
to.
listen, dude, 70 ain't old.
No, it's not.
70, so they still, she still may want to go there. I mean, this is an attractive woman, and the guy look like an attractive dude. So I mean, 70 ain't old.
No, I wouldn't say it's
I mean,
old.
you know what I'm saying? It's not that old, but it goes back to what we're saying. Now, what's gonna happen? Y'all have held out for the last year. What if she's a slouch in bed, or him, or what if there's some sort of like there could be a lot of things, man, that goes wrong in that act to where you may be like, oh no, I ain't gonna be able to do this.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Especially when you get married.
I ain't gonna be able to do it.
You stuck for the moment.
Listen, I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Yeah. Now,
man.
So when we think of this scenario where a female is a Christian, devout Christian woman, but wants to date.
Yeah.
But her eye is on marriage.
Right. Which is great.
And this is at any age.
Yeah.
You could be 25.
From 20s to 60s
right.
or 70, right.
Okay, now a Christian woman, she already knows fundamentally what is a do and what is a don't.
Right.
And then in her culture of religious, environment, it's also talked about and suggested, don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah.
Now, when she meets a man, it shouldn't even get to the point of sex or anything when she finds out whether or not this guy even have religious compatibility.
He might be an atheist.
Or agnostic.
Yeah.
So now...
What is agnostic? Because I see that...
An agnostic is basically a person that doesn't believe in God, but doesn't
doubt it?
doesn't doubt that God exists.
There is a God.
They just believe that, something greater than us is out there.
I've seen that word. I never really... got it. Okay, cool.
So now you got a situation like that. He may be agnostic, and now she's a Christian woman. She already knows her plan of action, and really she don't even give that a second
thought,
because he's not compatible to you.
Right.
Because the Word of God says, "Don't be unequally yoked with a non-believer," right?
Yeah.
Or an unbeliever. So that should cancel out everything. So when he say, "Hey, honey, I want to hit," it's easy for her to say, "I'm good.
Right.
I don't even want to date you because
we're not even on the same page."
Right.
Yeah.
So now I on the flip side of that, now you meet a guy who believes in God.
Right.
But maybe he doesn't even go to church.
Right.
Like you go.
But he's a believer.
But he's a believer, right? So does he fall into the same criteria? I mean, when he mentions sex, is that like also like taboo?
Hey man, you got some. It's a deal breaker. Well, not even a deal breaker, but you got some women out there who they like. Nah, I'm cool. I mean, I don't know what.
But you want to go out and kick it.
Trust me, I know.
You want to.
That's the part.
You want to kick it.
They want to do everything.
You want to date.
They want to do all that.
You want to hold hands.
They want to do all that. They want to kiss, but they're not gonna go there. Honey, I'm not playing no games with you. Beat it. I'm not gonna play that game. I'm too old for games.
Right.
And that's why I always would tell them, that's fine for you.
Yeah.
Good luck on your journey. But I'm not the guy. And I would always just excuse myself right that quick, because if you meet someone, you go out to have dinner and you guys are having a great meal and you conversating over dinner, like it's gonna come up. In some aspect, it's gonna come up.
Well, it has to.
It's gonna come up, even if a lot of women. It's like, oh my God, he talked about sex on the first date. Who cares?
Right.
I can understand. I can understand if the guy was vulgar and all that. I get it.
Yeah.
But it's a conversation that's gonna come up, whether it's today or tomorrow or next week. So I definitely get that part. But I'm telling you, got a lot of women. I'm telling you.
So women really believe that there's a protocol.
I think
to intimacy.
I think someone
or having an intimate conversation.
Listen, man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I met women that tell me like, oh no, I'm at least 5 dates before I. Really? Okay. Now let's flip the coin. You got seriously, man. You like you said, women got these protocols. Okay, let's flip the coin then. I gotta go follow your rules and protocols of what you think it should be in terms of dating. Okay, cool. We can bring all that to the table. Let's go Dutch. I pay mine, you pay yours. Right. Every single we can go out. Listen, we can go out 100 times. You pay yours, I pay mine. See, because you got women out there, dude. And listen, you got women out there that'll date a man, and they know they ain't gonna never sleep with him, but they gonna get that meal.
Yeah.
You got women that do that. You got women that sit at home, and they got one guy they sleeping with. Yeah. But they got 5 guys that's feeding them.
Or
I'm telling you,
handling other areas in their life.
I'm telling you,
conversation.
It happens.
The trips.
It happens, man.
The genuine talk. Yeah.
Man, let me tell you something. When I moved out here, man, I moved back out here. I met a chick who told me straight out, and this blew my mind. I met her at the Spectrum Club. We talking and all that stuff. She gonna tell me like, oh no, I got a. She said, oh, I got a boyfriend, but he got a wife.
Ooh.
Huh? What do you mean? But her
so she was like, I'm number 2, and I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I got a man, but he's married.
She didn't want to date me because she said that my man I got a man, but he's married, but I'm in love with him, which is cool. But you got some women that get so programmed in certain situations, and I didn't know that situation in terms of how this dude's marriage was. I don't, but when she said that, it was just a little taboo for me because I wasn't married. Yeah. So I was like, well, I'm single. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so you would
rather
want
a single guy?
Right. You wouldn't rather have a single guy, but
who could be considered your own.
But that was the part that kind of confused me because, like I said, this was I didn't know this was 20 years ago, but it kind of blew me away. I'm thinking like, oh, really? But no, it was a trip. But I'm telling you got women out there who you got some solid women out there who they don't play those games. Look, man, I've met women that's lawyers and doctors that have slept with a dude on the first night and end up having relations. Men and women do what they want to do.
I was going to say,
period.
It's
and don't worry about the judgment.
It's choice.
Don't worry about. I'm a grown man or grown woman. Don't worry about the judgment. Yeah. I think women pretty much kind of think just like men, but they're not going to put themselves out there like that because they don't want the men to look at them in a certain way. Yeah. Look, you got women out. Listen, man, you got women out there that see a man. She sized that man up just the way we sized him up. Yeah. She look at him, okay, he got a nice body. Okay, he's like, okay, yeah, I sleep with him. They think, because we do it like, oh yeah, I hit it. Yeah. In our mind. Yeah. Women do the same thing. But they're not going to come out and tell this man that because they want to remain women.
Now, also, and you're right, they do want the respect of still being a woman. And then society plays a huge role in how they view women too. So society says to women, you should always be a lady. Yeah. You shouldn't give a man your card. You shouldn't, whatever that training might be
and
in
it's
your
bad
house.
Training from the 50s.
Don't give a man your number.
Yeah.
Take his number.
Don't call him until what is this? If you like somebody, like them. Right. Male and female. That goes for women and men. If you like a man, like him. Call them. If a woman,
yeah, because men want to be pursued.
Listen, man. Listen, women follow these rules of what they. Should I call him? I just met him. Should I call? Yes.
If you like
him, call him.
You did get the number.
What are you playing this game for? Because you got men out there with like a zero tolerance. Like, honey, I'm out of here. I'm not gonna play this game. If I pursued you look, if I showed interest with you. And I approached you, and hey, my name is this, your name is this. Can we exchange numbers? I did it for a reason because I'm
attracted to you.
Yeah, I'm interested.
I'm interested in.
So now, why play this game? If you accepted my number and you want, man, look, man, you got women that'll take a dude's number and they're like, I'm not calling this clown.
It's a straight. They throw it out or whatever they do. They don't call.
Why go there? Yeah. Just don't go there. If a man run, I don't care how persistent it is, just don't go there.
Yeah. You don't have to take his number.
Yeah. You know what, guy, I'm not interested. You're an attractive guy. Even if she's lying, you're an attractive man, but I'm with someone. Right. well, hey, baby, what if he ain't doing? Nah, it's okay. I mean, if I wasn't with this guy,
maybe.
I would. Yeah. But I have someone. Women need to be more. No, seriously, women need to be more respectful of this man because they don't understand when a man approaches them. This man walks away from that meeting thinking like, oh, this is gonna be my woman or this is gonna be whatever. We serious about that. I hope she calls me.
Right. You're looking forward to it.
Women don't understand. We looking forward to this woman being interested in us.
Yeah.
Because we pursued you for a reason. Yeah. So we walk away like, oh man, I hope I hear from her,
Right.
And
they never call.
Come on, dude. These women are something else.
Well, I mean, I was asked recently, about my dating situation, or my singleness, because I'm not dating.
Right.
And so I was asked about, my process. And, I just alluded to the fact that being a pastor and having the ministry responsibilities that I have, I was like, it's bizarre that I don't meet church girls.
Man.
I don't meet a lot of church girls.
Yeah.
I meet women that, I'm not saying I meet atheists or or non-believers, but I meet more secular
women than you do women.
Or I meet in the secular world than I do in church.
Right.
And I said, so a lot of times I know what I'm getting into when I meet these people because we're almost like from two different worlds.
Yeah.
Not saying that she's any less than or I'm any greater,
Yeah.
but there's some dynamics there that they're just not involved with.
Yeah.
They can't imagine me going to church 4 days out of the week.
Right.
Or traveling, to different ministries.
Yeah.
So I understand this. Meeting people, I'm not gonna drag it out. I'm not gonna judge you either. I'm not gonna judge you. I'll talk to you and get a chance to see where you are or if there's chemistry.
Right.
Other than that, I mean, I'm not gonna waste your time.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot, it speaks to what you were saying. The hidden agenda aspect of it is when these women have all these rules and these protocols and they already have their plan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why can't we just be adults? Let's just be grown for the moment.
You got men that play games and women that play games, and that's the bottom. And I think that's the reason why it's so difficult when a woman meets a man and vice versa, and then you thinking this guy or girl is cool, and then you start having conversation with them, and you realize like, man, this chick or this dude is, I think when men and women were more honest with each other and told them straight out, hey, look, this is what I'm looking for in terms of a relationship, or this is what I'm not looking for.
Right.
And I think that the man and the woman should come to some sort of compromise. Or, okay, this is what it is.
Yeah.
But I think the man and the woman are playing games. Like they both play games.
Yeah. That's
men
true.
and women, they both play games.
That's true.
And I think the roles have reversed. I think I used to think there was men that play more games than women now. Now, man, these women play a lot of games.
They play a lot of games.
Young and old. You be like, really?
Yeah.
You 75 years old and you down at the damn club at the strip joint?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened in your life?
Yeah.
Were you at the bar? Really?
Midlife crisis.
Yeah, man.
What's going on?
Yeah.
No, you're right, because I think now women have been put in a position to where they feel, because I've heard them say this. Yeah, it's not as many men out here, but there are enough men for me to determine what kind of dude I want to date.
Yeah.
What kind of guy I want to be with.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times, if the truth be told, you're talking to like 8 to 10 different dudes, and you're pulling from that, from that area in certain ways that you feel like you can't get out of one.
Because it goes back to what I said. You have to understand, the man is the one coming out of his pocket. Man. It ain't the woman. Man. She can go on 20 freaking dates and she ain't got to come out of her pocketbook for nothing.
For nothing, man.
So It's different. We can't go date 20 women and sit down after we get through eating and we look at her like this. Who gonna pay?
Right.
Because we know we paying.
We paying.
But women can go out with
5 different dudes.
and they
don't even go.
It ain't coming out they kick.
No. And you know what else I noticed? Even in my brief process, men they don't ask you out.
Exactly.
They're not asking you.
Exactly.
And if they do ask you out, you know what they ask you, right? Starbucks. Meet me at Starbucks. Meet me at meet me at the park. It's places that it don't cost nothing. Listen. But if you ask them out, they'll actually, well, what do you have in mind?
Exactly.
You know, and you
like, they know what they got in mind.
About,
because they know they ain't paying.
And you know what they'll say? Oh, have you ever tried this restaurant? I'm like, is it my plan or your plan?
Yeah.
You know, and then when you speak to that, it's almost like you cheap.
And listen,
honey, I'm not gonna go nowhere I can't pay for it.
And don't get this twisted out there, women, and especially the women that know me and they know my brother. We not cheap at all. We have no problem with tearing it off.
Yeah.
But we not suckers. No, really.
All.
We have no problem with tearing it off. I mean, any women that
Exactly.
know me out there, where they know that, this dude, he breaks it off. They know.
Right.
I have no, they do trust me. That's not one woman ever tell you that I dated that he was a cheap man. They like, no, that dude is generous.
Right.
Really generous.
Right.
So it's not even about the money thing.
Yeah.
It's just about women are the ones that have the power in terms of how this thing is gonna go.
Yeah.
They should be the one to say, well, nah, well, nah. But like I said, it's different. Women can go out. Like I said, they can. You got women that have a different perspective. You got some solid women out there who are like, nah, I'm not gonna just go out with this guy to get a meal. You got women they not gonna do that. Right. But you got women that will.
Yeah.
They're like, well, what does it hurt? It hurts a lot because now you got this guy thinking that you like him, but you really don't like him. But you have no problem with him paying for your meal. Right. That's not cool.
That ain't cool.
Women, if you know that you're not attracted to this man, and if you know you don't like this man, and you know you ain't gonna sleep with this man, let that man go. Don't play games with that man. Let that man move on.
Right.
Because you're doing more hurt and harm to that man than you are good.
Yeah.
Because this man is thinking that, oh, she likes me. She don't like you, dude. She like, she
like what you're doing for her.
She like what you and he may be listen, women. He may be a nice guy. He may be someone you can have a great conversation with. He may be a really genuinely nice guy, but then in your mind you saying, he's a nice guy, but I'm not attracted to him.
Yeah. This is not gonna happen.
Yeah.
He's not my kind of
and either if she's gonna continue that with him, she needs to either let him know that look, dude, I think you're a great guy. I think you're extremely nice. If you want to be friends and if you want to hang out, we can. But it's never going to go there.
Yeah.
Either tell him that, or don't play games with this man.
Yeah. And then if the truth be told, man, these women don't need no dude.
Oh no,
they got great careers.
Oh no, they're
independent.
Yeah.
They don't need no guy to take them to dinner.
No, they can buy their own dinner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we see it every day. We see them with their girlfriend.
Oh, they can buy their own dinner.
In Malibu and Newport.
But guess
Laguna.
what though?
What?
That meal gonna taste better when you paying.
Oh yeah.
They may have. Think about it. You at a restaurant eating, and the manager come over and comp your food.
It's wonderful.
You're like, oh my God, you can have $1,000 in your pocket.
Yep. Best meal I've had.
The best meal you'd had because it was free.
All day.
It was
best
free.
Meal I've had all day.
So on that flip side, you're right. You got a lot of women that's professional and they can buy their own food and their own meal and they can go to the spa and all that. You're right.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they still do it. That guy's still breaking it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy because, I've been turned off on numerous occasions because I sensed and experienced they wouldn't do it for me.
Exactly.
And once...
Exactly.
Because I'm real big on selfishness.
Ooh.
And
deal breaker.
That's a deal breaker for me.
Deal breaker.
So I understand that don't tell me my role. I know my role as a man. So don't try to tell me my role and you can barely play your role.
Yeah.
So I don't fall into that, category of pressure of oh, this is what men do, blah, blah. Honey, you're not a man. and yeah, thank God you had a father. You saw an example how he treated your mom,
mother.
and I get all that.
Right.
That's wonderful.
Right.
But at the end of the day, stay in a woman's place.
Yeah. Stay in your own lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but to wrap this up, looking at the dynamic of how people aren't transparent enough and honest enough going into entertaining a man or a man entertaining a woman has really hurt the possibilities of even having a healthy
relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because now you're thinking about what happened to the last dude, or even what happened to you, and now you got this new situation, and man, you critiquing her like a hawk, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be used or disrespected.
Right.
And then you don't want to be crucified because you mentioned intimacy. Like, it's almost like, okay, are you attracted to me? I think it's too early to talk about that.
No, it's fun. I think women have their own reasonings behind not wanting to go there too soon or whatever. They have their own reason behind it, so every woman is different. Like I said, you got that woman who, you might take her down that night, and then you got that woman who it may be a week or whatever, and you got that woman maybe months.
Yeah.
Every woman has their own reason. I mean, you may meet a woman who they may be still getting over their last relationship.
Yeah,
and they may not want to get hurt.
Yeah.
Or they may see you as a threat. They may look at you and be like, he got a lot of women. I'm not going to be a notch under his belt.
Right.
He probably only wants one thing.
Right.
So they're on guard and they're cautious.
Yeah.
So you never know the reasoning behind it. But if that's the case, then talk to me. Tell me that. Don't just say I can't. No, because now in our mind we're like, well, why?
Yeah.
Tell me. Say, you know what? I would love to go there with you. I'm just a little gun shy right now.
Yeah.
I just got out of this. I'm really attracted to you, but I'm just a little scared right now.
Yeah.
Then men can understand that woman better. He may be like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I'll be more sensitive to your needs now.
Got you.
But don't just tell me no. I'm a fresh dude.
Right.
No, really.
Right, and I'm healthy.
I'm a fresh dude. You a fresh chick. You single. I'm single. Let's get this thing cracking.
Right. So I don't want the female viewers, to think that this episode is all about sex.
Yeah.
We're not talking about
not
sex.
at all. No.
Intimacy is totally different, but all that's included. However, we're just saying that the agendas that are unseen and unspoken of is not cool
At all.
Don't try to manipulate, and don't try to create a situation that is not, instead of just letting things flow. Let it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like we were saying, if you weren't attracted from the beginning, you should have never took the number.
You should have never stopped. Right. Let alone the number, like, hey, no, I'm cool.
Right.
Don't even stop.
Right.
Just keep it pushing.
Right.
And you got those men out there that call a woman and you this, you that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let them keep it pushing.
Right.
I'm not interested. Don't stop. Smile at me. Make me feel like you really want my number and all this, that, and the other, and you just ghost. I mean, come on.
Right. I appreciate the transparency, man. As always, it's a pleasure just to discuss in detail about the things that we have talked about over these, episodes.
Right.
I want to say thanks to the Coalesce Group for sponsoring us. Thanks to Fruit Off the Vine, clothing apparel that is really up and coming, that's getting ready to really burst through the scenes. We want to say thanks for your support, and we're always soliciting sponsorship. So if you find that this is interesting content, and you're enjoying it, and it's exposure for what you're doing, you're welcome to contact us. Everything is in the link. And I just want to say thanks again for a great episode. Thanks for following us. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And so I'm gonna turn it over to Charlie Mack so he can close us out.
Thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for listening. Like I said, we do this week by week and day by day, and what we talk about is the real deal. We're not reading off some sort of script or whatever. And if you guys actually enjoy what we talk about, and you enjoy the show, share it with some friends, and with more friends, and whatever, and let them share it. And we're just trying to bring you guys something positive from a different perspective. You don't see two old men on TV talking about topics that you can actually relate to. People are talking about other stuff on TV or whatever. I think we got a little different kind of flow here with some realistic topics. So take those seatbelts off, guys. The ride is over, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace and love.
Peace. Yes, sir.
Yep.